garlic is, the bottom leaves are starting to die back, so I've stopped watering. We are going to get rain, but there's nothing I can do about that. My cilantro is now bolting, and I will be having some coriander seeds. I'm letting them bolt on purpose. My Egyptian walking onions, I've made this like little makeshift fence here so that they wouldn't be falling over into the walkway. But I'm letting the bulbs the bulbets size up. So I'm going to be planting, this whole bed will be Egyptian walking onions next year. And I'm going to do garlic in another bed because I want more garlic. I only planted 5 in the fall and I want a lot more than that. This here I have in the back, I got chicory, parsley, there we go, parsley, some more parsley, some arugula, this is all arugula, and spinach. My spinach is pretty well. I'm just gonna let it bolt so I can collect the seeds. Remember the 38 pole bean plants that I planted? This is how they're doing. They're doing pretty good. So I've got scarlet runners, purple pole beans, yellow pole beans, and green pole beans in here. And you can tell which ones are the scarlet runners. So pretty. Zucchini. I've got a volunteer potato that I didn't dig up. I'm just letting grow, and I'm gonna actually dig that up to have new potatoes here soon. And then I think I have, I'm wondering if this is part of this is first year that I grow spaghetti squash, and I don't know if that is part of the spaghetti squash. It sure does look like potato leaves, so I'm wondering if there's like a volunteer potato that is growing in the center of my spaghetti squash, but I'll have to figure that out because that's kind of not good. And I've got another volunteer potato over there, another volunteer potato over there. I've got some mullein there. I've got a butternut squash there. I've got some lovage there, borage flowers over there. Oh, let me zoom out now. Okay, let's come back over here. This is another butternut squash. Look how pretty my pole beans are. I don't have any beans yet, but they're definitely about to explode. I'll be having more beans than I know what to do with. This is my watermelon, sugar baby watermelon. I'm experimenting with this makeshift trellis that I made. I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to support it a little better than this, but okay. These are my burbless cucumbers. Let's see if I can come this way. Burbless cucumbers. They're getting there. I've got French marigolds in the center. This is my chocolate habanero that I got from Grounded Maritimes, Grounded Maritimers. Robin, sorry. I need to say your YouTube name and channel out loud a few times. I just click on it and I don't really ever say it, so I can't remember. These are my pickling cucumbers. I've lost 2 to bacterial wilts from the cucumber beetles. I had to pull them out. So far these 2 have not been infected, so that's good. Oh, I got one over there I'm gonna have to pick. So the pickling cucumbers, you don't want them to get too big. So I've got some more French marigolds in there. I've got some dill here. Alright, turn around. We've got some basil growing. It's doing really good. More French marigolds. This is my celebrity tomato. It's up to my top of, like, under my chest. Like, it's pretty tall. It's getting there. It's gonna get a lot taller. We've got some tomatoes growing on it. It's doing pretty good. More down there. Oh, I've got. Okay, well, that one's gonna have to come out. Hopefully that's not blossoming. It's not at the end. It might just be. It might just be a flesh wound or an insect bite or something. We'll see. I have to keep an eye on that. With all of the rain we've been getting, we have been getting some pretty inconsistent watering. More French marigolds. I am so behind on my weeding, in case you guys can't tell. More dill back there and more basil. These are my scotias. They're doing amazing, as always. I love scotias. I think next year I'm literally just going to plant scotias because they just always do so good. This is another scotia. Okay, let's take a walk over to my borage. This is the first year that I grow borage. I've been wanting to forever. And it looks like they are going to bloom soon. I'm so excited. So beautiful. Okay. I guess we can come over here. Oops. This is my comfrey. This is a sterile comfrey, so it doesn't produce seeds. And I divided it out into root divisions earlier in the spring, and I've got them kind of in pots and all over the place. Okay, let's come over here. A little patch of yarrow, or my big patch of yarrow. It's doing good. My raised garden bed here, I've got summer savory here. I've got rosemary here, garden sage, marjoram, thyme, basil, cosmos, oh goodness, I can't remember the name of this. It's a weird name, like cock feather or something like that. I probably said that wrong. Oregano, French marigolds, bush beans, nasturtiums, snapdragons, and some alyssum. I've got some alyssum kind of tucked in all over. So that's my raised garden bed. Let's come over here. Got sunchokes. More sunchokes. Yellow onion. This is the first year that I grow bulb onions, and I'm pretty sure I did them wrong because I grew seed onions and I think I pushed them into the ground too far. I also know I definitely need to do some more weeding in here, but anyways, they are not really sizing up, and I had to pull some this morning because the necks have been broken for a little over a week and we're gonna get rain tomorrow. So I pulled those up today to start curing, and yeah, they're very small. Potatoes. This garden bed, I didn't plan it out right. It's too big for me to get in there and weed. So the weeds have, like, as you can see, taken over. So next year I'm going to put like this last year this was all like flowers and stuff, and I wanted to grow vegetables in here, so I took them all out. I put strawberries and onions. And so next year I'm gonna have to put like a walkway in the center so that I can get in there and I can start weeding. But anyways, I've got some alyssum, some basil, some borage, strawberries. I've got 3 different kinds. I've got wild strawberries, June-bearing strawberries, and ever-bearing strawberries in there. Next year, the strawberries are going to move into one of my raised garden beds. So I'm going to have 6 raised garden beds. So I'm going to have a full bed of strawberries, and I think I'm not going to put the wild ones in there because I just want the larger ones. So yeah. These were my peas. They've died back, so I cut them at the ground. And I'm now growing scarlet runners in here. And I got some potted comfrey back there. My hops that I'm just basically keeping alive. I can't put them into the ground because I rent, and I've got plastic thing at the bottom there so that the roots aren't gonna come through that pot. Anyways, peppermint and lemon balm, and stinging nettle, which is trying to seed again. I keep cutting the seeds off because I don't want it to spread. Okay, let's come over here. I wasn't planning on doing a garden tour, but here we go. I've got some bull thistle that I'm allowing to grow here just because I love it so much. My bearded irises are over. I had some yellow daylilies. The flowers are over. I've got my potted jalapenos here. They're doing really well compared to last year. Holly, beautiful holly. I've got some Boyne raspberries potted here. I haven't put them in the ground yet because I'm renting, so I don't want to put them in the ground, but I gotta maybe change their potting soil because it's compost heavy and they're not loving it. I've got some German chamomile, carpet thyme, some more jalapenos that are getting really nice and spicy. As you can see, they're turning that beautiful dark color. I've got some green here. These are my peonies. I've got white and pink peonies. The blooms are over. I've got some spiderwort in here. Another holly back there. So this needs to be, I've got echinacea here that just started to bloom. This needs to be fixed because they're just totally overcrowded. So in the fall, I'll probably separate the peonies. They prefer to be divided in the fall and move them around. And then, yeah, anyways, we'll see. And then in the spring, I'll see what I'm going to do. I've got some orange daylilies here that are just about spent. Okay. Back over this way. Oh, I forgot. I also have, okay, I guess back over this way. I've got some more comfrey here. I've got a little plum tree here. Another little comfrey there. This is my sugar maple. Okay. Now, we can come this way. We've got some French marigolds here. Just planted some radishes. I had lettuce in this bed. It didn't do well. Got Swiss chard back here. That's kind of struggling. We're not getting much sun here, so I'll have to do something different with this bed next year. I also planted some dill there, dill seed, but I don't know if it's going to come up. Turnip, which the earwigs and flea beetles are just having a salad bar every day. I've got earwig traps out here and I empty them every day. They're quite full. My calendula. So what's so cool, do you see in here? I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can focus that in. There's little male bee in there. Oh, I don't know if you can tell. Let's see if I can keep the camera. Anyways, there's a little male bee in there and they just love calendula. They come here in the late afternoon, early evening, while the flowers are totally wide open. And then they can just kind of lay down and then the flowers close up overnight, so it provides them some heat at nighttime. And then in the morning when the flower opens up, they've got food and then they go on their way. Because the females have a nest to go to, but the males are not allowed. It's like they have to sleep on the couch, right? So they go in the calendula. So when you're picking calendula blooms, make sure you do it in the mid-morning when the flowers are totally open, so you can make sure there's no little guys inside of there, and that's when the essential oils and resins will be the strongest anyways. I've got some poppies growing here that I must have accidentally dropped some seeds while I was planting the turnip. I've got some red onion here. Again, I planted them too deep, so I'm not going to get big onions this year, but live and learn. Carrots. My carrots are doing well, as far as I can tell. I just did some more heavy pruning of my grapes. These are Concord grapes, and I have to prune them quite often because they just get out of control, and this isn't really set up very great to have such a heavy grape tree. And this was here when I moved here, so it's really old. Last year this all totally fell over. It was too heavy, even though I was constantly pruning. So this year I've reinforced it back there. Let's see if I can get in there. I reinforced it back there. So this isn't going anywhere this year. So there you go. And I think that's it. Picked zucchini yesterday. That one's probably going to be ready to pick tomorrow or the next day. And then we have a male flower and a female flower. They've been getting pollinated pretty good, so I'm not going to hand pollinate. But you can see how the male flower doesn't have a fruit on the stem. So let's see if I can, there we go. And the female flower, I could hand pollinate. You can see all that pollen in there. It needs to get in there. But since these flowers are so wide open, the pollinators are not having an issue getting to them. I'm just gonna kind of let nature take its course. These are my sad looking onions. I'll just use them up. They obviously aren't good for storing. I had to pick some thyme this morning. I forgot I have some more. These are a little blueberry bush that I gotta get in the ground. This is more mint, wild mint, and elderberry back there that need to be potted up. And my horseradish, I got some pretty good sunburn. Now that's it, I think.